uplifting and all of that, but then it also attracts the not good.
When someone talks about honoring their ancestors through music, it's usually a spiritual thing, something uplifting, full of legacy and purpose. But what happens when that same gift pulls in something darker? That's what Chloe Bailey was hinting at when she made a startling confession. One that sent shockwaves through the industry and raised more than a few eyebrows online. Because according to Chloe, fame comes with a price, and that price might just be your soul. It all started when Chloe took to social media and opened up in an emotional moment with her fans. She began speaking about a film called Sinners and how it moved her to tears. But it wasn't just because of the storyline. It was because, as she put it, the film mirrored her real-life experience in the industry. Chloe talked about the vampire-like figures in the movie who offered a promise: eternal life for your music, success for your name, but only if you sell out. Sound familiar? She said, when he's singing, he's honoring his ancestors and uplifting and all of that. But then it also attracts the not good. She broke down, explaining how she resonated with the part where the main character has to choose between staying true or giving in. For her, that choice wasn't theoretical. It was real. And it's something she says she lives through every single day. Now, this wouldn't be all that unusual if it were coming from some unknown artist chasing attention. But this is Chloe Bailey, the same Chloe who was once hailed as the next big thing. The same Chloe who was personally signed by Beyonce to her label, Parkwood Entertainment. So why is she suddenly opening up about spiritual warfare, industry vampires, and selling your soul? Well, Chloe says it's because she didn't. And that's where things get wild. See, for years fans were confused about Chloe's career. Why did Beyonce sign her and her sister Halle, only to barely promote them? Was Beyonce intimidated? Was she playing gatekeeper? Or was there something much deeper, something darker, going on behind the scenes? Chloe's fans had their theories, but then a YouTuber named Storm Monroe added fuel to the fire with some eyebrow-raising claims. According to Storm, Beyonce isn't just a global pop star. She's a powerful witch, a high priestess, in fact. Storm alleged that Beyonce worships a demonic African deity known as Oshin, and that she took over that role from Madonna, another alleged high-ranking figure in the so-called Hollywood occult. Storm didn't hold back. He claimed Beyonce and Jay-Z both practiced dark magic. And when Chloe left Beyonce's label, Parkwood Entertainment, Storm publicly connected the dots. He suggested that Chloe may have rejected the same occult initiation that others accepted, and that rejection might have cost her everything. At first, people laughed it off, called him crazy, but when Chloe went live and talked about Sinners, people started paying attention. Chloe never named names, but she didn't have to. Her words said enough. She spoke of being tempted, of having to fight off darkness every day. She described how the ones who gave and were rewarded, while those who stayed true were left struggling. And for the first time, many fans saw the real reason her career had stalled. But the story doesn't stop there. People began digging into Chloe's past, especially the times when she faced backlash for her looks. Over the years, Chloe has been accused of editing her photos, lightening her skin, and even going under the knife. There were rumors about nose jobs, jawline surgeries, and full-blown rebranding strategies that fans say felt forced. In one photo, her skin looked noticeably lighter. In others, her face looked chiseled in ways people hadn't seen before. Critics claimed she was trying too hard to fit a manufactured image, an image some believed was part of a larger industry mold. According to a source that spoke with Media Takeout, Chloe underwent a controversial procedure called genioplasty, also known as mini V-line surgery. It's used to reshape the chin and jawline to make the face appear more symmetrical and refined. Whether that was her choice or something she was pushed into, fans couldn't help but connect it back to the industry pressures she was now speaking about. But Chloe's not new to this scrutiny. Back in 2022, she dropped a TikTok trying to serve confidence and empowerment, only to be hit with accusations of surgery and excessive editing. And once again, she fired back, claiming her looks were due to weight changes, corsets, and camera angles. She said she loved her body both when it's slim and when it's fuller, and that she worked hard for her appearance. Still, people weren't buying it. And some wondered, was all this part of the same system she now says she's resisting? Fans pointed out that if Chloe did in fact reject the so-called deal, then maybe these transformations weren't her idea at all. Maybe they were attempts to play the game without going all the way in. And maybe that's why, despite the surgeries, the music, the performances, her career never quite took off the way people thought it would. And then there's Beyoncé, the queen, the icon, but also, according to some, the high priestess of something a lot more controversial. It's no secret Beyoncé has dabbled in spiritual imagery throughout her career. But when she introduced the world to Sasha Fierce, her alter ego, things got strange. Beyoncé herself once said, "Right before I performed for the BET Awards, I raised my hands up, and it was the first time I felt something else come into me." That comment sparked a storm of rumors and conspiracy theories. Was Sasha Fierce a persona, or something else entirely? Then, in 2018, her longtime drummer, someone who had toured with her for years, abruptly quit and accused Beyoncé of extreme witchcraft. She filed for a restraining order, claiming Beyoncé was tapping her phone, controlling her finances, and using dark magic to torment her. It sounded unbelievable, and yet, when stacked against everything Chloe was now saying, it started to look a little different. Chloe didn't name Beyoncé directly, but fans weren't dumb. The timing, the symbolism, the references, it was all too much to ignore. Chloe was clearly trying to say something without saying it, and her fans picked up on the message loud and clear. Some supported her, others mocked her. One person wrote, "The way she was acting, I thought that soul was snatched already." Another said, "Being signed by Beyoncé and saying you won't sell your soul is crazy." But regardless of which side they were on, people were talking. And that may have been Chloe's intention all along. She didn't come right out and accuse Beyoncé of anything, but she did draw a line in the sand. She made it clear that she wasn't willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead. And in an industry built on silence, that's a loud statement. So where does that leave Chloe Bailey? Right now, she's in a strange place. Not quite canceled, not quite thriving. Still incredibly talented, still working, but no longer playing by the same rules. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most dangerous thing of all. Because in Hollywood, talent isn't the only thing that gets you ahead. Sometimes it's compliance, sometimes it's submission, and sometimes it's silence. Chloe broke that silence, and in doing so, she might have just told us everything we needed to know. So now the question becomes, did she dodge a bullet? Or did she just put a target on her back? What do you think? Did Chloe Bailey really reject a satanic path offered to her by Beyoncé and the industry elite? Or was this all one big emotional overshare from an artist trying to explain a stalled career? Are the whispers of witchcraft just tabloid fuel? Or is there something more sinister lurking behind the stage lights? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, sometimes the loudest truths are whispered in between the lines.